What up, world? It is your girl CB. We are back with another episode of Lions 411. So we are here to give the 411 on everything going on. We're gonna go over the game Detroit versus Houston Texans, and then we'll kind of go over some roster cuts, and then we'll do a little fun little tidbit at the end. My name is CB. You can follow us anywhere you get your podcast. You can follow us on TikTok, 411 Lions, if you like our clips that we post. You can follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube. Anywhere you get your podcast, check it with us. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to hand it over to my baby brother.
What up, though? Y'all, what's good? What's good? It's your boy King Keith. Excuse my my chewing. I'm having a very long work day. Very busy.
Rude.
As you can see, still in the Rutgers polo. The work don't never stop. Grind don't stop. But we're gonna talk about the Lions, of course. But y'all can follow me Instagram _Dr. King's Dream, Twitter, same thing. Like CB said, check out the podcast on all those different platforms. But like we said, the grind don't stop. Which, speaking of the grind, it's here. The Lions grinding right now. It's grind season. Tell me what's going on.
All right. So with that training camp kind of wrapping up, our last preseason game wrapping up, we did take on the Houston Texans. We lost 26-7. Kind of a boring game. Yeah. Time of possession, Detroit Lions, 19 minutes and 45 seconds. Houston Texans, 40 minutes and 15 seconds. So offensively, Houston pretty much dominated the ball all game. We did not give our defense a rest. Our quarterbacks, Hendon Hooker really didn't move the ball. He also threw the interception. But to sum up the last preseason game, what can I say? I'm going to say kind of boring.
Yeah, to say the least. Very hard game to watch. Very hard game to watch.
Not much happened.
Yeah, and it was interesting because you mentioned the offense like not really giving the defense any rest, and it was a very strong balance of neither unit really playing very well. I didn't like the play calling very much. I'm not going to lie. I know that Hendon Hooker, we expect more. He still isn't playing well. But I did not like the play calling. I felt like there were some situations where they would run the ball on first down, they would get 1 yard. They would run the ball on second down, they would get 1 yard. And then it's 3rd and 8. And at that point, like, Hendon Hooker's kind of not set up in the best position necessarily. And that's not to say he shouldn't be able to make a play, because he should. And when he gets a chance to make the plays, clearly he hasn't. But play calling was a little bit vanilla. It just wasn't really a lot going well. Then the defensive side of the ball, they really couldn't stop anything either. The Texans were kind of having their way. It felt like even when the Texans didn't score, it wasn't really because the Lions defense necessarily played good, but because the Texans made mistakes. So not the best showing, but obviously it's not a lot of reason to panic because a lot of the guys out there are either second, third string, or guys that may not even make the team, as we're starting to see as the cuts roll in now. So it was a very non-eventful game. You really didn't see a lot of people of consequence. Tesla obviously is one of the guys of consequence, and he played well. And Kyle Allen played.
That was only touchdown, by the way. Kyle Allen to the Isaac Tesla connection.
Yeah, so seeing them do well, Craig Reynolds had some moments. I thought Giovanni Manu looked pretty good as well, though I think the PFF scores maybe don't back that up. But I missed some of the second half of the game, so maybe he struggled in the second half a little more. But I thought that some of the people of consequence actually didn't look very bad. I just think a lot of the guys that are pretty likely to be cut didn't look very good.
Yeah. Speaking of one, we can pretty much pencil it in, cut. Obviously, it's like, because you feel bad. You don't want to beat it to death. Obviously, Hendon Hooker did not look good. And to piggyback off what you said, first, second, and then sometimes third down, they chose to run the ball. And to me, that was very telling because play calling wise, it showed me that they did not trust Hendon to make any decisions, to make any reads. to really do much. To me, when he was in, it was pretty much don't make the play worse.
Uh-huh. Yeah, which was kind of a surprise because last time we talked about it, I thought that they were just gonna throw him out there to the wolves. And it seemed like there was a little bit of that, but not really a lot for real. It seemed like they almost were trying to protect him, which is interesting because obviously um, he needed a chance to prove himself, and he kind of didn't really prove himself. So, that is unfortunate that that happened, and it's unfortunate that it worked out that way. But at the end of the
Yes.
day, he got a lot of chances to play. He did, and he may not feel like he necessarily got the best break, and I'm hoping that it works out somewhere for Hendon Hooker.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretty much wish him the best. I don't think he'll be on the Lions this upcoming season. I don't think he'll be on the depth chart. Maybe somebody else will claim him. With that being said, can we roll with two quarterbacks? Are we rolling with two quarterbacks, or do you think we're gonna sign somebody? What we thinking?
I mean, I think it's pretty common to roll with 2 quarterbacks, and I'm fine with that. I think obviously there's a question of if the Lions like Kyle Allen enough to be the backup, but, yeah, I mean, Hooker, as we can see, I mean, some of the cuts are rolling in, and it is reported that he has been cut from the team. And he could come back to the practice squad, whatever. I'm not really sure what the Lions plan to do with that, but I think it's best to just see him go to another team because I don't think they run a system that fits his play style anyway. So yeah, I'm okay with them rolling with 2 quarterbacks. Kyle Allen did look good in the preseason. Like, obviously the Hall of Fame game, he had those 2 interceptions, which was early on. When we did the recap of that game, I mentioned that I thought that he actually looked good on those drives. They were moving the ball. He just made a couple of bad throws. Really just one bad throw. I think that out route was a really bad throw, but um, yeah, I don't know. I think that he can be fine. I think that he can be fine, but obviously, if your starting quarterback get hurt regardless, like, you're just in trouble. So, I'm fine with them rolling with 2.
Yeah, because I mean, it's pretty much like that all of the NFL. I know that's pretty much the theme I've been reading on Detroit Lions fans, just any podcasts or if any beat writer kind of reports on it. The comments are, "Oh, if Jared Goff goes down, we're in trouble." But yes and no.
Yeah, because who has a good backup quarterback? It's not.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just not common. Same thing with offensive linemen. People say the same thing about offensive tackles. Like, oh, well, what if, knock on wood, Panay Sewell goes down? I mean, there just aren't a lot of good offensive linemen in the NFL, especially tackles. So, I mean, yeah, if your starting guy gets hurt, like, I don't know how many you think you're going to have on the roster. Some teams don't have 2. So, for us to have even 2, maybe 3, is nice alone, which we'll talk about the perceived third one because apparently there was another surprise cut today. But yeah,
Yes.
it's just not common to have 2 good quarterbacks, or 2, like, amazing quarterbacks. It's just not a thing.
Yeah, because usually another team is gonna claim him. So I mean, would I maybe wanted a veteran to be signed? Maybe, yeah. But then on the other hand, I'm kind of thinking, okay, again, if it's a veteran, he's gonna sit all season. This is
Mhm.
just if Jared Goff collapses, you know. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously Jared Goff isn't very injury prone, so we don't, anticipate that. But your
yeah.
backup, you're rolling with your backup. It's what it is.
Yeah, also, I think when you mention a veteran, I think people forget that Kyle Allen has played in the league for a decent amount. And he started
Yes.
games. He's played for decent portions of seasons. He's not, again, some kind of world beater or someone who's been exactly like super successful, but he has played in NFL games and he looked pretty good during the preseason. And I think he fits the Lions system as a quarterback better. I think Hendon Hooker just needs to go somewhere else that can utilize that running ability because the Lions system don't prioritize a running quarterback because Hendon Hooker and Jared Goff are complete opposites.
Maybe the Ravens?
I think the Commanders will be a really good one. I do.
Do you see him getting picked up by anybody?
Oh yeah, I think he does, but I don't know if it's like on the active 53-man roster. He'll definitely go to somebody's practice squad for sure though. There's too much there. I mean, he's got an arm. He can throw. It's just about reading. Like he can't read. He never really showed that he could read. But he can throw and he can run. He's got those base abilities. I just think that he needed a coach that's maybe going to be a little more creative or prioritize what a quarterback does. The Lions have a very timing read based offense. Those aren't Hendon Hooker's strengths, and they weren't his strengths coming out of college. And I think they believed that they could teach him that, and it looks like it just didn't work, and that's fine.
Yeah, I definitely feel that um that experiment is pretty much over. I think it's time to move on. Um yeah, if we're rolling with Cal, I mean we're rolling with Cal. If we roll with Cal and maybe sign somebody else, hey, I'm for it. It is what it is. But moving on from that game, because I mean, there wasn't really much to really report on that game. I mean, the Lions had literally 36 plays to
Mm.
Houston 71.
Yeah, and the
We
defense,
didn't really have the ball, people.
yeah, and the defense didn't show a lot either. I do want to give a shout out really quickly to Nate Lynn, who I'm
Oh
hoping
yeah,
does.
yeah.
I hope he does make the roster. Um, I'm still hoping that they do go out and get Zadarius at some point, but I have faith in Nate Lynn as like a fourth or a fifth rusher. I do. He does look like a guy that can put pressure on a quarterback. He had a really good game. I think he had the highest PFF score on the defense. So, and with the naked eye, he looked like he played really well too. So, there were some guys that played good, but like you said, it was so uneventful, and then it just kind of turned into like, all right, well, this is just dragging on a little bit. Like it's the last preseason game. I think guys just don't want to get hurt at this point. So
Hmm.
those were kind of the only important things I guess I'd mention.
Do you think the NFL needs to shorten preseason to 2 games, maybe?
Yes, I do. I do. But I mean, I don't think it's like the end of the world. But
Yeah,
I think they could stand to do it for sure. I mean, especially if they wanna lengthen the regular season, which I think they're gonna try and do at some point. Um, I think cutting the preseason to 2, I wouldn't say 1, but like 2
I
max,
say 2.
2 max.
Remember when they used to have like 5 or 6?
It was 4.
Was it 4?
It was
Oh, I
4
thought
'cause
they had like 5.
I remember when the Lions went 0-16, they went 4-0 in the preseason.
Yeah, I thought it was I remember it being so much more, but maybe it was 4. Okay, so moving on from more so the game, kind of transitioning. So after the game, how can we word this? After the game, wide receiver battle. That's more so been a big talk of the town too. So with preseason being done and with what you saw, Meeks and Lovett and Tesla and a couple other guys, how many wide receivers does Detroit keep? I wonder. Is it 4? Is it 5? Is it 6?
I was wondering if you were gonna keep counting up because I don't think it's gonna be 7, but I would not be shocked to see it be 7.
What?
Uh, I would not be shocked to see it be 7. I mean, okay, so you got Amara, you got Jamo, you got Khalif, you got Tim Patrick, you got Tesla, and then you got Meeks and Lovett.
Meeks? Love it.
So I, I'm trying to figure out who do you cut because I think Meeks, if you cut him, is not going to make it to the practice squad. I don't. I think another team is.
No.
Yeah, I think another team is going to claim him if you put him on waivers. Like he was leading the NFL at one point in yardage during the preseason. He could play on special teams. He was productive in college. Like all these different things. The Lions paid him a decent signing bonus as an undrafted free agent. I don't know if they're going to cut him, but also then love it. They invested that 7th round pick in, and he
Mhm.
had flat as well as a wide receiver. I think he would be the 7th. So if they cut somebody, then I think it's him. I'd be shocked if it's not at least 6, though. I'd be surprised. The only way I think they get lower is if they surprisingly cut Tim Patrick, which I don't think they're gonna do. But if they
No.
I don't see it, but if they did to like just be like, okay, well, Tesla, whatever, you wide receiver number 3 now. I could see an outside chance of that, but I doubt it. Like the fact that Tim Patrick didn't play at all during the preseason, like they would have at least given him a chance to showcase himself. So I'd be shocked if they cut him. So I think it's at least 6.
I was thinking 5. I think that they were gonna cut 2 off, 2 or 3 off.
So who are they gonna cut then?
Love it and Meeks. Not that I want them to. I definitely wanna keep Meeks, but can we keep 7? That's a
Y-
lot.
It is a lot, but I think the Lions are going to do some funny stuff with this roster, and I know that we talked about it. We hinted at a couple of cuts that they've made already. I've seen at least 2 that surprised me. Um, which we could talk about Dan Skipper now. Dan Skipper was cut. I think they're probably gonna bring him back. But he was cut, which makes me think that they are doing some maneuvering with the roster right now. They're playing with some stuff. They also cut Ian Kennedy, who I thought looked pretty safe as a safety. I'm not going to lie. I thought that he would be their fourth safety. Maybe they keep Lawrence Strickland. Maybe they feel good about Rocky Sin and Avonte Maddox kind of switching off. But I was a little surprised they cut him too. I'm wondering if Lovett is going to be like that special teams guy that they keep almost in place of a DB who plays primarily special teams, and they rely on their DBs. They activated Khalil Dorsey off the physically unable to perform list recently, so maybe he is a guy that they transition around in the DB room. Maybe they move Rocky Sin full time to safety since Dorsey is back. I have no clue what the plan is, but I don't know if they want to cut a 7th round pick, and I can't imagine how they cut Meeks without knowing that he's going to go somewhere.
Yeah, if we cut Meeks, he's definitely going to where was reading. Well, I was minding everybody's business but my own. But I was looking on Kansas City Chiefs, one of their videos of preseason, and they want him bad. I'm like, hold on now, why y'all eyeing our guy now? Y'all stay over there, Kansas City.
They
Stay
are
over there.
they're annoying. They want every wide receiver that comes on the market. Like, get
Mhm.
lost. I'm tired of
I'm
that.
like, hold up, that's our guy. Now we he's still on our team now.
Just because y'all guys like to race people on the freeway and run away from the
Get
scene.
suspended.
Yeah, like, get out of here. Get out of here. You got enough. Go away. Um, but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, teams are going to be interested, and that will be a team that I'm sure if Hugh Jackson Meeks like, oh shit, like they got a chance to win. Like, obviously they're the Chiefs, so um, yeah, I think that they kind of got a shot.
Yeah, I think 5 or 6. Okay, with that being said, who's wide receiver 3? I think it's probably still gonna be Patrick for now, but I can see a case where Isaac Tesla eventually moves up
I
to wide
agree.
receiver 3.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, I definitely think wide receiver 3 seems like a Tim Patrick, Tesla kind of phase in there. But Sierra, sounds like you got some news actually.
Okay, so breaking news. The Lions waive Jackson Meeks and cornerback Nick Whiteside. Wide receiver Jackson Meeks, cornerback Nick Whiteside. Wow. I didn't think we were going with 7, but I mean, I guess we got too much talent on the offense side of the ball. He
Yeah,
going somewhere.
yeah, we got too much to obviously be mad about Jackson Meeks. Like, he may or may not be a good NFL player later on down the road, but um, I would have kept him. I would have, but I mean, it seems like they're doing some funny stuff with the roster, and I'm starting to think my mind is running, and I'm like,
Dun, 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 dun.
they're about to sign somebody.
Damn it. We can address the elephant in the room again.
That I mean, that's why I think they're cutting so many people. It's because they're about to sign somebody. Because like, I think they're cutting people that are like on the fringes of the roster. Sounds like to me. I mean, we'll see what the cuts look like. Maybe they're going to keep a bunch of defensive offensive linemen that we didn't think they would keep, but I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty interesting that Skipper, Meeks, even Whiteside, I think is a fairly interesting cut. But I thought Kennedy was an interesting cut as well.
Yeah, they cut
Um,
Ian Kennelly. Yep.
yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the Lions plan to do with the roster. I trust Brad Holmes at the end of the day. So all trust is in Brad Holmes. But it makes me feel like something's coming.
Way up on the screen. Okay, so obviously what I feel is coming. like you said, somebody's getting signed. Could it be a pass rush?
I mean, it might be. It if we see somebody like Broderick Smith or like Pat O'Connor or somebody on the D line that's like on the fringes go, yeah, I mean, I think that would have to be coming. But I mean, also it would be interesting if we you in his face. It'd be interesting if we if we cut Zadarius. I mean, we signed Zadarius Smith while cutting his nephew. That would be kind of strange. But who knows? Maybe Meeks does make it to the practice squad. We don't know. But I'd be surprised. I'd be very surprised if he makes it to the
I'd be
practice.
surprised if Meeks makes it.
Yeah, I'm sure people are calling his number right now. But maybe he will be like, I want to go to the practice squad. Or, maybe the Lions, again, they might have something up their sleeve. There's injury designations. There are all these different things they could do with the roster. But it just feels
Up their sleeve, eh?
it's a lot of fringe cuts that are coming in. A lot of people that I'm like, what are you making room for cutting people like these?
We probably gonna sign a pass rush.
I mean, obviously we all want it, and we've talked about it pretty much every episode. But like again, the fringe cuts thing makes me think that they're making room for something. But who knows? I mean, they could be making a trade. They could just be not picking the guys that they like and ready to roll with this roster. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to pick what the Lions are going to do. They're very hard to predict.
I will say this: if we making room for somebody, whoever it is, I know we play around with Zadarius Smith. Whoever it is, it needs to be a pass rush. Please, Lions. I think we should sign a pass rush.
I agree. I think pass rush and I mean backup offensive tackle is like the only areas where I'm like, I like to see a little more shoring up here, maybe. But like other than that, yeah. So we're gonna see. I'm sure it's gonna be pretty interesting these next couple of days. But once that roster is finalized, I'm just hoping that it's a team that we can feel good about in January. I really do hope so.
Right. Well, hold on. How many running backs we keeping? Are we keeping four, five, three,
I think four. I think four. I don't
four?
Yeah, I don't think there'll be any surprises there. I think Gibbs, Montgomery, Reynolds, and Faki will be the four that they keep. I think they all have their specific roles and purposes, whether it's special teams, whether it's backup, power back. Like Reynolds looked really good during in the Texas game as well. I thought he made some really good moves. So I feel pretty good about those guys. I think they'll keep them.
What about Sailors? Sailors, I think he'll land somewhere else.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, running backs are just such a dime a dozen. It's unfortunate to say, but I think that they are somewhat replaceable. I think
Oh,
that he's
that's
a guy.
messed up.
I mean, he's a guy that'll bounce around, and he played in the UFL or whatever it was as well, so he'll get other opportunities. But I don't think if you're cutting Jackson Meeks, you don't have any room for Sailors.
Mm. Well, we gonna see Tuesday. This week and kind of that beginning of next week, we signing somebody
Yeah, I
or
think that
trading for somebody. Something is coming.
they have more moves that they want to make, but again, you don't know. You never know with this team. I mean, Brad Holmes he keeps his cards close to the vest. He does.
Too close.
he's not backing he's not backing up off of nothing. But I think that they have a lot of confidence. I think they have more confidence in this roster than the average fan does, to be fair. So maybe they just like their guys.
Yeah, so to give insight, people that may not be diehard football fans, but listen to us. So the 53-man roster has to be done by Tuesday.
Hmm.
What's Tuesday? August 26th?
So yeah.
Tuesday, August 26th, 4 p.m. The NFL, all teams have to have a 53-man roster ready to go
Hmm.
for the first week of September.
Yep.
But before then, something is coming. And now it could be the safe bet, like you said, the signing of Zadarius Smith. We could be trading for somebody. We could be signing somebody, maybe a couple people. But something is coming down the pipeline. And
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Same, same. Yeah. With all the fringe cuts, I don't see how they aren't. moving around pieces. I don't think these are guys that they wanted to cut if they didn't have a bigger plan at picture. But again, maybe they do. Maybe somebody's coming back from injury faster than we're thinking. I don't know. I have
Uh,
no clue.
all right. Well, I guess we'll just have to stay tuned and see if there's any crazy move that Detroit makes. We will hop on this podcast. We may not be Adam Scheffler and break it right this second, but just hold on, we coming, okay? But we'll see everything tomorrow, August 26th, 4 p.m. What the Lions completely do when they present the 53-man roster ready to go for the first season. All right, so pivoting into something a little fun.
Mhm.
So obviously, pretty much this year of training camp, I would definitely say the talk of the town has been our new star or our potential star, Isaac Tesla or Tesla, whichever one, Isaac Tesla,
Test.
Lions wide receiver. So we wanted to play Name Your Star. Okay, so what's Tesla's nickname? What do you think it may be?
I'm really bad with naming things. Um, I'm thinking I'm almost like, "Screw the last name, let's play with the first name." Maybe we'll joke about, like, Isaac Newton or something like that, like, because he has such a large gravity in catching the ball. I don't know. I mean, obviously, you could play with the last name with the Tesla and, like, try and make car jokes, but, like, Teslatron, like, I don't know. I don't know. What you got?
I kind of like Teslatron. We got to find a way to shorten that up. Um, I've been seeing coleslaw.
I hate coleslaw.
It's a little cringy, but the fans seem to like coleslaw. Tesla, obviously. Um, yeah. What can be a play on Mr. Tesla's name?
I'm so bad with nicknames. He's number 18? Uh,
Flavor. That was so late.
yeah. I don't know. The coleslaw is not bad. It's that I really do hate the food coleslaw. So I wouldn't
Right,
enjoy.
you hate to see him coming, man.
Ye I don't. I don't hate to see him coming, but I hate to see that food coming.
Well, the
May
defenders, them DBs
Yeah.
hate to see him coming.
Maybe we could be like, "Hey, he real nasty on the field." Like, "Okay, okay, coleslaw, he nasty like."
Nasty period and real nasty when left open.